44 years old male, known case of Gaucher disease, presented to Jahangir Hospital on 18th of November 2018 with complaints of fever with chills for 2 days and lower backache and bilateral lower limb pain for 2 days. At the time of presentation, he was conscious and oriented, so admitted in the ward. In the evening of the same day, he became restless, developed altered sensorium and vague eye opening, and shifted to the ICU. Past history: he underwent splenectomy in 1990 in view of Gaucher disease, and he was not vaccinated against capsulated organisms. On general examination, he was hypotensive, tachycardic, he was febrile with temperature of 102 degree Fahrenheit, and he was dehydrated. In systemic examination, cardiovascular respiratory system was normal. In per abdominal system, there was scar marks in left hypochondriac region, and he was conscious, became disoriented, and neck stiffness was present, and kerning sign also present. On lab investigation, on routine examination, hemoglobin was normal. He had leukocytosis, thrombocytopenia, and he had basically AKI. Remaining investigation, electrolytes was normal. Dengue and S1, malaria were negative. So UAG abdomen pelvis suggestive of non-visualized pain. Chest X-ray was clear. So CT brain done suggestive of no acute infarct or hemorrhage, no neuroparenchymal abnormality. So referred to neurology. Uh, Suggested CSF examination. Protein were raised 1242. Sugar was less than 10. Total cell counts were 40 to 50 with neutrophil predominance, and gram stain suggestive of gram positive diplococci. So our provisional diagnosis was pyogenic meningitis due to capsulated organisms because of post-splenectomy status. So drug of choice for capsulated organism started ceftriaxone 2 gram BD. On 23rd of November, cultures report were available. CSF culture sensitivity, urine culture sensitivity suggested of no growth, but blood culture sensitivity suggested of growth of Streptococcus pneumonia. Patient improved hemodynamically, BP became normal. Neurologically, also he became oriented, conscious, so shifted to the ward, but he continued to have fever spikes of 103 degree Fahrenheit. So refer to our infectious disease specialty in view of persistence of fever spikes. So advised to repeat blood culture, which show again no growth after 72 hours of incubation, but fever spikes continued. So neurologist advised again repeat the CSF examination and send for culture sensitivity also. On CSF examination, the protein became less, showed decreasing trend, sugar became normal, and cells also showed decreasing trend. And again, LFT done. So and all the routine investigations repeated. Hemoglobin decreased, WBC where became normal, and but thrombocytopenia was there. Serum procalcitonin became normal, but there was development of transaminitis. So we found that there was neurological hemodynamical improvement in the patient. Counts became normal, CSF sugar became normal, CSF protein and total cells showed decreasing trend, but fever was there. So in view of persistent anemia, thrombocytopenia, and development of transaminitis, we sent further investigations, serum ferritin and serum LDH, because all the routine investigations, all the common causes for the development of fever were normal. CSF routine, urine routine, chest X-ray, 2D co was normal, no thrombophlebitis. So we sent serum ferritin and LDH. Serum ferritin was sent in diluted form. It was 3,364, and LDH was also higher side. So our provisional diagnosis became hemophagocytic lymphohistiocytosis syndrome, secondary to the pyogenic meningitis. So refer to hematologist. Advised to give injection dexamethasone 8 milligram stat. So fever subsided immediately after giving injection dexamethasone, and patient remained off febrile for 2 days. So hence Dexamethasone 8 milligram continue once a day. So here is the fever spike, temperature charting of the patient. Patient was febrile throughout the days but became afebrile after giving injection dexamethasone. Here we can see the temperature charting, and here we started dexamethasone. So patient became afebrile. On 14th of December, we repeated the lab investigation. Anemia improved, counts was normal, platelet counts also, previously it was thrombocytopenia, it became normal. There was persistence of transaminitis and raised ferritin and LDH count. And after starting dexamethasone continued, improvement in the anemia was there, thrombocytopenia was not there, and also SGPT level were showing decreasing trend. So patient remained afebrile after starting the dexamethasone. Anemia, thrombocytopenia improved. Liver enzymes showed decreasing trend. So discharge on 19th of December with oral dexamethasone 8 milligram once a day. We repeated the serum ferritin on OPD basis after 7 days. Previously it was 6,000, it became 3,000. So it also showed decreasing trend. So tablet dexa 8 milligram or continued another 1 week, then tapered 4 milligram per day for week, then 2 milligram per day. And also immunosuppressant cyclosporin is taken into consideration by considering the side effect of corticosteroid. So right now, patient is on tablet dexamethasone 0.5 milligram per day and 1 milligram another alternate day, and cyclosporin 50 milligram per day. Today is the he completed 1 year after admission. He is now afebrile. Any change in this regimen or decreasing the dose or skipping the tablet for 1 day result in the fever. So patient is back to work and he is afebrile. And today is on he is on that regimen only.